Welcome to the Gen Z Angle Podcast.
First topic of the day is the coronavirus. This is April 10th standings here. We'll hit some of the stats of the infections and death statistics. So worldwide, we are at about 1.7 million infected people and 103,000 deaths so far. In the U.S., we have 500,000 infections and 18.6 thousand deaths, give or take a few as the numbers change. In the U.S., the majority of the infections are in New York and New Jersey, New York being number one with 174,000 infections and over 7,900 deaths. And New Jersey has 54,000 infections and over 1,900 deaths.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot. All right, just keeps going up every day. We're supposed to be hitting the peak here, though, soon. This week was supposed to be our peak week.
Yeah, I was hearing that hearing like this next 2 weeks are kind of like the peaking point, and then it's going to start hopefully going down. At least that's what, medical professionals and politicians are saying. How true that is?
Yeah, I think it was
I don't know, but
the 14th or 15th was like going to be the biggest day, and then after that, it should start going down, hopefully.
I feel like it's like the weather. You just don't know. I feel like it's taking
they're pulling the meteorologist card where
no one really knows.
There's 100% chance of 0 to 12 inches of snow today. Yeah, no shit, but
thank you.
I guess I'm actually wondering where they're pulling this data from. Like, how do they know it's gonna peak? Because you have viruses that are similar to this, but this could be a whole different breed.
The way they're looking at it basically is they started obviously with like China's and Wuhan's, how theirs went, and then Italy's because they were ahead of us by about a week or so. So they're trying to base it off of that. And now New York, they're trying to look at that, and Washington as well. And just trying to use that to graph it, which obviously it's going to vary because every spot's different as far as like, New York's obviously like a more condensed area and everything. So it's going to vary distance to distance.
Yeah, you can't really use China though as an example because you don't know if those numbers are true or not.
No,
it's all propaganda really. I mean, when it comes down to it, what do you believe and what don't you believe? Because apparently, so China reports they have like 3,000 deaths or whatever, but then they order 40,000 pine boxes. Where does that add up? Either they're getting into arts and crafts, or they got 40,000 people they got to bury ASAP.
They're just bored, trying to do some arts and crafts stuff.
Yeah. They're just getting in their inner zen.
Yeah, the more I read, it seems like they're lying about the numbers, but I don't know. I guess we'll find out.
What was is Italy decreasing, or what's that?
Italy, I believe they have flattened out at top, so I don't think they're increasing anymore. So the rate at which they're increasing, so they like 1 week they're getting 200 a day, the next they were 300. I think that's leveled off at a certain point, but I don't know if they've started going down yet. I don't believe so.
Yeah.
But so that's how they're looking at it.
Italy is also different in the fact that it generally has a higher, like the average age is higher in Italy. Compared to the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree.
And those are the more common. People who are older are more common to die.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, your death rate spikes up if you're
the statistics actually, when you look at it, change a lot. So for anyone, say 10 to 19, so our age, you have a 0.2% chance of dying to the virus.
Which is, that's pretty much irrelevant.
It's pretty good. There's still a chance.
Yeah.
That's like,
it's much higher than the flu.
Chances.
But
is that higher than the flu?
Yeah, the flu is like less than 1%.
Not like that.
Or less than 0.1%, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but either way, it's
still fairly low.
It is fairly low, yes.
It really starts going up once you hit like the 50 and above. So like 50 to 59 is 1.3%. 60 to 69 is 3.6%. And then 70 to 79 is 8%. But then the big jump is 80 years and plus. So 80 years and plus is 14.8% chance of dying.
To be honest, I'd feel pretty comfortable being a 60-year-old right now. 4% chance it's not that bad, all right?
It's not terrible. Yeah.
It's pretty bad, but it's not like that bad.
4%.
Pretty.
Yeah, it's low. As a unlucky person, I feel like I don't want those chances. Just because I'm very unlucky.
At that age, there's other things that are happening that I think they'd be all right with a 4%.
Yeah, basically though, best way to just not get sick, obviously stay home right now.
Of course.
Wash your hands. Have some basic hygiene. You should be fine.
Yeah, pretty much.
The majority of people, even still, 71% of people that have been hospitalized had underlying health conditions, and of everybody, 95% of coronavirus deaths had underlying health conditions. The number of people dying from this that don't have underlying health conditions is actually very, very low.
Yeah, and that's probably where you see the big spike in age becoming a factor, because with age, your immune system obviously gets weaker.
Yeah.
So if they don't have an underlying health condition, then it's probably because of that old age and that weak immune system to begin with.
Yeah, people get like high blood pressure, and you have trouble breathing and all other stuff as you get older. So I mean that it makes sense.
Yes. Yep.
Yes. So right now what they're saying is, I believe August is like where they're aiming for, is when this should just kind of die off. Now obviously it's not going to just completely disappear, but we should be like, they're predicting very, very low numbers by the start of August. So,
yeah, well, hopefully by then we could have some sort of herd immunity throughout, America and the rest of the world, to the point where, where the majority of the populations have already been infected and have the antibodies for it, and they can't really get it again, almost, in a way, you know what I mean? I think that's... Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, that's the big thing they're talking about too now, is like, so you say about herd immunity, but everybody's like, or I shouldn't say everybody, a lot of people are staying home right now. So a lot of people are talking like, all right, so August comes, everybody, leaves their house, goes back to work. What happens then? Are we going to get a second wave? Because like a majority of people aren't going to have that immunity. Now,
I think that is what you'll probably see in the fall. There will be some sort of second wave where the majority of the population starts to get infected, and then we're going to have to fight it off. But I think the hopes in that case are that we have better treatment, hospitals are prepared for it, and all those factors are kind of already set in place where we know how to treat a patient with that a little better than we maybe do right now.
And I think that's kind of what we're doing right now, is we're like, everybody stay home, limit the amount of people getting infected, because like at some point we're gonna have to go back. So it's just buying us time to be able to build up that, like, what we can handle in our hospitals, and as far as what we can figure out as far as treatments or stuff that can help until we get a cure. Because like right now we're at like 1.7 million people total are infected in the world, right? In the US it's above 500,000, but that's just the people tested. So there could be like 30-40 million people plus that have had it and have passed it but don't know, because they haven't been tested and they didn't have the symptoms. But it's hard to tell like who has it, or what the number would be as to who had it and who hasn't. So it's just hard to play. It's hard to say.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like, there's definitely more than 1.7 people that have it, because you got to think that 1.7 are just the people showing those hardcore symptoms where they're like, all right, I need to get tested and make sure, whatever. So yeah, those numbers they're truly probably a lot higher, but
I can't imagine it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I can't imagine it. It's just so hard to predict, because there are people who have it and are not showing any symptoms, and that's a scary thing. I would like to say there can't be more than 5 million, but I don't know. There could be.
It's so hard to say.
A lot more. You just don't know.
Yeah, because you can have anywhere from a million.
I heard something that in California back, I think it was maybe January, February-ish, they had an influx in the amount of people coming in wanting to get tested for the flu. And the theory is that the coronavirus actually hit California, like your big cities like LA and stuff like that, quicker than we actually knew about. Because right now what you're seeing is that their numbers aren't, like, they're increasing at a decreasing rate, I believe. And yeah, so they think that like the peak in that area has already occurred because they've reached that herd immunity where, you have all those young LA spunky kids that are passing around to each other. Everybody's developing antibodies, and now it's not spreading as rapidly, and they're seeing their numbers coming down. So that's one theory that I saw.
Yeah, that's kind of like down in Miami too. Like, Florida is actually doing fairly well with their cases. They were actually very low, but with spring break being here and all the kids going down to the beach, everybody was just kind of passing it, and then you saw their numbers just skyrocket.
Yeah.
So another thing though, like, even outside of the medical aspect, the economy is just struggling right now. And it's gonna keep doing it. I mean, even in the last 3 weeks, 16 million people have filed for unemployment benefits.
Yeah, that's one of my big concerns. I care about the virus, but we can't have people locked up for months
Months.
upon months. It's just not practical. I mean, I think the hospital is, we give them a little bit of time to figure their stuff out, but they're going to need to get it together because we need to get this economy back, going again and get
Oh
people
yeah,
back to their jobs because it's not going to be practical.
I definitely agree. Yeah. Well, if you want to put that into perspective, 16 million people is more than the people that filed for unemployment over a 2-year span of the last recession.
Yeah, back
And this
in
is
like
in 3 weeks.
2008, yeah.
Yeah. So, and that number's obviously just going to keep going up.
That's crazy. It wasn't like there were like 6 million of that 16 million was just in Texas.
Oh yeah, there was a lot.
I think it might have been 4.5 million actually. I don't know the exact number, but it was a large quantity of that was just from Texas. And they all did it in like this. It was like one day, like everyone hit it at the same time. I don't know how many states are on a
lockdown.
Yeah, where only necessities are open, which aren't really necessities, but
Well,
Yeah.
I know PA is it South Carolina? Or are they on?
South Carolina is only necessities. But then again, you still have like your McDonald's is open, your Wendy's
Yeah.
is open.
So necessities is a pretty broadly used term, I guess.
Yeah,
when
it's
you
funny
consider-
how they consider fast food a necessity. I feel like that's more of a commodity.
Yeah, I mean the
Yeah.
only thing is like barbers, gyms, nail salons, like that sort of thing. Like
Yeah, 'cause-
it seems to be like cosmetic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know I need a haircut soon. God
So
damn
do
it.
I.
It's getting
Hair's
pretty
getting
long,
long.
so they best open that back up here soon.
Mhm.
I'm giving them probably another month, and then they'll slowly probably ease back into probably a month or two, and then they'll probably try to ease people back into the workforce and get things brewing again. Because this can't hold up too much longer. We're gonna see some long lasting impacts.
And the one thing I've been hearing people talk about too is that, like, you send back like the younger people and the able bodies, and then everybody, basically just older people, and then people that know they have health issues, they just stay home. They're like, everybody else goes back to work, get the economy going again, and then like just support those people who have to stay home as far as bring them groceries,
Exactly.
get them what they need until we
Yeah,
can.
It's
get
one of
this
those things
sell
where,
out.
like, if you have a grandparent that, they're at risk because they got a health condition, watch yourself and who you expose yourself to, and then be there for them to bring them groceries and, make sure they're going through the process. Or maybe they don't touch those groceries for a day, they let the bacteria die, like stuff like that.
Set it
where-
outside, wipe it off. 'Cause
Exactly.
I know here, anytime we get groceries, we wipe pretty much everything off right now.
Yeah. Well, yeah, right now what our family's doing, so whenever we get groceries or like packages in the mail, it goes into like a 1 or 2 day quarantine where we just kind of let it chill for a little bit, and then so we go about it like that to avoid that kind of contact. But
Yeah, that's smart too.
yeah.
Yeah, well, most people think so. I read into it. So the coronavirus is a lot like the flu, where it gets transmitted like via like droplets. So some people think, okay, then it's airborne. Well, that's not the case because it's like a heavy droplet. So as soon as you like cough or sneeze or whatever the case is, however you transmit it.
Yeah. So it's more of like an immediate, like if somebody directly coughs on you, then you're at risk.
Correct.
But like if you're just walking through the store, nobody's in your aisle, you're probably not going to get air droplets flying around and stuff
Exactly.
Like that.
I heard
it's not like
it can
you
stay
can't
in the
go
air
up.
for a couple minutes or so.
No,
It's a shorter amount of time, I believe. Yeah, I don't think they know that it's airborne yet, though. As far as
it's
like,
not. No,
you
it's
breathe.
confirmed. It's
Did
not
they
airborne.
confirm it?
Yeah, it's not
Okay.
airborne. The droplets are so heavy that it immediately falls onto whatever is nearby.
Because it's probably directly like saliva based
Mm-hmm.
droplets where they immediately just fall down. But yeah, so it's probably got a couple second hang time. But
And so people were worried, like, okay, even if I just go into a place with a lot of people, it could just be in the air, which that's not the case. But what you have to worry about is like the droplets will stay on the object for I think 12 hours.
yeah,
It's a good amount of time
Yeah.
where the virus is still like active. So you have to be cautious of that sort of thing. But it's not just in the air. It's not just like everywhere.
Yeah, it's pretty much just like we said, wipe stuff down, watch what you touch. Don't touch something and then touch your face or whatever. Just,
Yeah, I mean, if you're going out, you wear a mask, you're wearing gloves, and then, you dispose of those gloves properly, wipe down your student, like, you take those precautions, you're putting yourself at a pretty good spot to
Mm-hmm.
at least prevent contracting it, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm. And if you think about it, even if they did end up saying it was airborne, that would mean like it would be much easier to get then too. So, and look at the numbers we have now as far as people infected or the people that know they're infected. Obviously, if it was airborne, then more people would probably be infected but aren't experiencing. So that could be a good thing then too, because obviously that would bring the death rate down too.
Yeah. I went to Target today. So
Mhm.
that's in North Carolina. So they're taking more precautions than South Carolina.
Okay.
And so I went to Target today to look for I was looking for a monitor to buy and a
Mhm.
webcam. Both sold out. But anyway, I went to Target and they have two people. Their only jobs. Okay, so there's two entrances and exits normally. So they close off the one section.
Mhm.
So one door is only an entrance, one door is only an exit on the one entrance.
Mhm.
And they have two people there, and their only jobs are to count how many people are allowed in.
Oh, so
So
they have like a store max, like they can only like the store can only have so many people in at a time. That's
I'm
what
assuming, but there wasn't a line out like the door. There wasn't like a wait.
yeah.
They were just counting people. So I don't know if they just didn't hit the max or whatever the case is. I'm assuming that's what it is.
Yeah,
There's a max amount
probably, yeah.
of people that are allowed in the store. And so they were wearing masks. They were wearing gloves. They just sat there. They said like hello, like well, like have a good day, stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
hey,
like
that's easy money for them, and I guess it keeps everybody safe, so it's
Yeah.
kind of a
very true.
win-win.
I know. And so I go in the store, and people are wearing like more people are wearing masks than when I was going to the store a week ago. Like, it was crazy. Everyone was wearing a mask. Everyone was wearing gloves. So I thought that was okay. That's interesting. People are taking this seriously now. I thought, okay, it's nice. And so I go to the electronics department. That guy's not wearing a mask or gloves, so I'm like curious. Okay, maybe. And so, I mean, it didn't bother me because I didn't touch anything he touched. He didn't cough. He didn't whatever. Like
Yeah.
it didn't affect me. So I was like asking them like, are you guys mandatory? And they're not required to wear the mask or gloves. It's just provided for them.
Yeah.
That's
smart.
interesting.
I mean, as long as like a customer coming in, if they feel like they're at risk and they wear a mask, I mean, as long as they have a mask, they really shouldn't be getting droplets,
Exactly.
through mouth and nose anyway. So I guess leave that up to the worker if they want to take the chance of getting anything.
Yeah.
That's
And
on
the stores
them, I guess.
they're doing a really good job. They're wiping down the cart. They wipe them down like right in front of you. I'm assuming they wipe them down prior, but they make sure you see them wipe it down as they
Yeah.
hand you the cart. Like
I
they're
mean,
doing
it's
a really good
smart.
job.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they probably got quite a bit of staff there too, just extra
Yeah.
staff, just making sure
Mhm.
everything's clean and ready to go. Cause
Well, yeah, they close the stores earlier now, so they have more time to clean and restock. Of course.
yeah,
Well, you
that's
think
smart.
too though, like I could look at that from a like a business perspective, as far as like if people aren't using carts because they think they're dirty, they're gonna buy less because obviously they can't just throw it in the cart. Like it'd be like what you can carry, kind of in a sense. So
Yeah.
that could be another reason that they make sure, like you said, that they make sure that you see that as clean. But
Yeah, but it's crazy. I mean, and now you see a lot of this. It's starting to affect schools and all of this
Oh,
stuff. I mean, pretty much everybody's online at this point, I believe. I don't know if there's any schools really that aren't not online. You know what I mean?
it's
yeah,
true. And it's crazy. Like all the colleges did it first. I never expected
No, yeah.
the colleges to do it first, but it was all the colleges before the high school, like everything else.
Yeah, that
Mhm.
actually was kind of surprising. You think about it, those people are paying, 50 grand some odd per year, and they're the first ones to cancel. That is actually kind of surprising. Then you got your public institutions and high schools and stuff just
moseying along.
sticking it out
Yeah.
for an extra like couple weeks to a month. But
I
It's
wonder-
crazy for
Go ahead.
it's crazy for the foreigner students because all of a sudden, so Harvard was one of like the first places to do it, and they said they gave them like no time. You have like 1 week to get out.
yeah,
It's like, what do the people do who are from Italy that go to Harvard? That's like one of the worst spots, you know?
yeah, because
Yeah.
I know damn sure I don't want to go back to Italy if I'm an exchange student from Italy. Like I'll just stay somewhere in Boston or everywhere.
Yeah.
But,
I wonder whether like the people that paid for like room and board and stuff that didn't go back for their second semester, I wonder if they got that money back.
I was talking to my cousin about that because obviously he's in college, so he was affected by it, and he was saying like they didn't really communicate that with him yet, but he's definitely gonna be pretty irritated if he doesn't get it back, as I would be as well, because
That'd
you're
be
paying for
absurd.
something
That'd be
you're not getting anymore.
ridiculous.
But
Yeah,
it'll be
'cause you
interesting to
think
see how they
that's
play that
thousands
out,
of
'cause
dollars in room and board
it's
and
money the school
food
kind of
plans,
had
and
was
you're not even using it
guaranteeing
now.
themselves, and
So
now it's kind of gone.
yeah,
I know damn well if they said no, like you're not getting a refund or something like that, there'd still be people using those dorms.
yeah. I
Oh
mean, like
yeah,
if they're
Yeah.
paying for it, they're
Yeah.
going there.
Oh yeah, they would just be chilling there.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
that'd be insane if they didn't get some kind of.
Yeah, they're just like, nah, we're gonna keep your money. It's all right.
What I think what they'll do, at least for like the juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, is give them like the next semester. You know what I
Like a
mean?
discount
Yeah,
or
like it'll probably
free.
carry over, or they'll get a discount.
But I don't know what they'll do for the seniors who are supposed to graduate.
They'll probably give them somewhat of a refund, but they did use it a little bit in the spring semester anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think they'd end up getting a full refund, but they'll probably get some money back, hopefully.
Yeah.
They'll just go straight to their their never-ending debt.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
subtract it off the debt, I guess, because it's going to be a hefty bill to pay, that's for damn sure.
Oh yeah.
This might be a
Especially
blessing
if you're
in
going to
disguise for
Harvard.
them.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, honestly. They get some of their schooling paid for, I guess, and dorm money.
You gotta look at the positives during these dark times.
Yeah. Hey, you got $150,000 in debt. Here's $3,000 off of that.
Since you can't come here because coronavirus, but
Yeah.
we're gonna keep.
But
them up to it.
another thing about the high school is some high schools are actually like graduating their students off early, which is also an interesting concept, because I know
Yeah.
a lot of kids, including myself, and I'm sure you guys, are not enjoying this online school. It's pretty
Not
much
at
busy
all.
work. Can you agree? Yeah.
Especially for seniors, it's the worst.
No, yeah,
Oh,
it doesn't add anything to what we know or are gonna
yeah,
need.
we're not
really.
learning
It's just-
anything. It's just kind of like
It's
So-
100% busy work. So
Yes. So what North Carolina did was everyone graduated. It was like the beginning of April 1st or something like that. Everyone in high school graduated, and the grades were based on March 13th. So before school shut down, before this was like a big deal, that's what
Yeah.
the grades were based on.
See,
And
I hope that catches on between states where, maybe graduate your kids off early and just base it off the first 3 marking periods. Like, what's wrong with that? I mean,
really.
that's when the kids were actually there learning and, actually putting time in. Now it's just kids are just unmotivated to be doing this kind of stuff. They're distracted and whatnot. But
yeah, you're sitting
unmotivated,
at
and it's just
home.
not fair.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's stupid is what it is. It's busy work, and I don't want to do it. Nobody wants to do it. Let's be honest.
Yeah, because you think kids at home that the TV's on in the background, or
Oh yeah, you got your
the
kids,
the
grinding to
dogs,
Netflix,
whatever.
playing video games, and doing everything like that, making TikToks nowadays.
Yeah, no
There's
motivation.
So many distractions.
Oh yeah, it's insane. It's
And plus, like the kids that have passing grades throughout the first 3, they're gonna do fine in the 4th marking period, right? It's not like they're just
Yeah.
gonna bomb their class in the 4th marking period if they were still in school. Whereas if
Oh,
you have
yeah.
a kid that's failing, obviously the first 3, or like they're gonna fail anyway. So like it's not like you're just giving it to them.
exactly when I have like a 4.0 and I'm not wanting to do work, and then there's kids out there with 70% failing every class who aren't even motivated when they're there. They're definitely not going to be motivated when they're not
Motivated
in
at
school.
home, yeah.
I mean,
It's just
it's not going to happen, and
Mhm.
I don't think you can fail a kid for that. I mean, I just think the whole thing is dumb.
yeah.
Well, it's just not. It's just work. It's like
Yeah.
Well, it's not like
It's not even
I don't-
working towards a goal though. It's just like,
Yeah, I
here's
don't
what
mind
we've
that it's-
done. Here's problems. Like, it's not even like we're
Just do
learning
it.
new content.
I don't mind that as work. It's just not productive work. If that makes it does not help me in any way. The only thing that helps me get is my diploma, which I feel like I've already deserved at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
know?
It's not even. Yeah, I mean, it's not even that I don't like. I mean, right now I'm working on 2 online courses. Like, it's not that I don't want to learn. It's just I don't want to learn stuff that's not gonna
Not gonna do anything.
get me
for you.
anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, it's a waste of time. Is exactly what it is.
Yeah,
So,
like if they were gonna do anything as far as making this work, they should just try and do adult life stuff, at least for the seniors.
yeah,
Like this is how you do your taxes. If you want to go buy a house, this is how you do it.
yeah,
Okay,
Just
well,
like
the
stuff
teachers
useful
are
for life.
nowhere near. Most of the teachers don't even know that. Like they're not.
Yeah, honestly, most don't. I mean, let's be
They're,
honest, you don't learn a lot about that in your high school and even college, really. Like that's just
they're
not.
not.
Or
They're just
even
not
if
educated.
they didn't even use the teachers and just found like online stuff to push to us instead of even what we're doing now.
Well,
Yeah,
I think the worst part about all of it is that you have your freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, okay, and they're expected to move up to the next math next year, the next English, and
They're going to be
they're
at
not going to
such a
have all the
disadvantage.
fundamentals to move up to that next math, that next English. Like that's stuff that they're going to need to know, and they're going to be. I mean, that's going to put them behind next year. That's
Yeah.
why I'm surprised that a lot of these schools aren't actually getting their kids enrolled into like actual cyber programs where they actually work through the content and yet they actually learn new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I know at least for our case and Will's case that that's not happening, and it's gonna screw him over next year. It's gonna put him months. It's gonna put him what,
It's
like 3 or 4 months behind, really.
yeah, it's gonna
It
be rough.
depends on how fast they can learn. Obviously, like the honors classes will be able to do it faster,
Yeah,
but like for those on level classes, it's really gonna put a damper
Mm-hmm.
on.
but you got to think they're not gonna be able to condense that 4 or 3 months
I
of
know they
classwork
just
into like a month or like they're gonna have to go through that content just like they would have anyway. Like
they're
it's
Yeah.
just
gonna have
gonna everything's gonna be pushed back.
the
Like
Yeah.
teachers really have to. They're gonna have to step up their
yeah,
game. They're gonna have to recreate their entire curriculum,
yeah,
which
pretty
most
much.
teachers don't do. They just do the same thing.
Yeah,
If the
they
state changes something, they edit it like a minor
yep.
change. But
Well, that's what they always say when you're a teacher. Your first year or two are the hardest, and then once you got a curriculum base, you just work off that for your next 30, 40 years and change it as the state wants you to.
Yeah.
yeah,
But they're gonna have to do some editing because they're not gonna have the same level of student in the beginning of their algebra 2 class as they would have in past years. So
exactly.
Yeah.
And it's like the number one thing they push when you take like online or like a an honors class or an AP class for training you for college is what they say. No, like no late work accepted, like that sort of thing.
mhm.
But during this online thing, all late work is expected.
Oh
accepted.
yeah,
Like
Yeah.
yeah,
all those standards went out the window.
yeah.
Like
I mean pretty much what I'm doing right now is I won't work for like 3 or 4 days, and then I'll get everything from those days done on one day, turn it in, and then I just go on that cycle and teachers grade it, put it in, and it's 100.
Yeah.
and
That's
most of
what.
the time it's completion based too.
Yeah, well it's
I don't
passing.
mind that, but
Yeah, since it's the pass or fail, yeah, it's just you handed it in, pass.
Yeah. Because I know, like with me for my English class right now, we're supposed to be reading a book, and then every day there's a question we're supposed to answer, and then there's like other questions that go with the book, which you're supposed to kind of do them every day. But our teacher said they're not going to be due till the 17th, so I'm just going to wait till like the 15th to do
Oh yeah,
all of them.
exactly.
I haven't even finished the book yet, so
I'm surprised you are reading the book.
I
would
haven't
just
read the book. I read the
yeah,
first
so
two
would I.
chapters and then haven't read a page since.
I just write random shit down.
It was working for me too, because every day we would go over the questions in class. I'd write them down. I'd get a gist of the story, and then I'd do fine on the test. But now we're not doing that, so I actually have to try and figure out what I'm gonna do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my school is like no, there's not even tests anymore. Like at the beginning, we had a few tests and quizzes, but it's just impossible to do that because the teachers know. Okay, the students are just gonna look up the answers. You know,
Yeah,
there's no point.
it's just not worth it because you're not getting a true picture of what kids learned and everything. It's all cheating.
So now they're doing projects, so it's more in depth. But like they're
Yeah.
not. I doubt they're even looking at it. It's just
Yeah.
because the amount of effort I'm putting into it and the grade I'm getting, it just is not correlate. Like it's just not adding up.
No, yeah. Well, because it's a pass or fail, I was actually talking to a teacher. So literally, if you turn in an assignment, it's a 1 out of 1. If you don't, it's a 0 out of 1. So every assignment's worth 1 point. So as long as you do 70% of your assignments, you pass.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as simple as that. You can't really get ahead or behind. So if there's an assignment you don't like, just don't do it, and then do the easy ones.
It's weird. Like, they should just, try and prep the underclassmen as far as, like, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors so that they have a basis for next year's class, and then just let the seniors slide out.
Yeah, that is probably what I would do if I was them. I'd just probably graduate the seniors off early, And yeah, the underclassmen, you have to get them on some sort of online coursework because they're going to be so far behind. And I don't know if they realize it yet.
Mm-mm.
Like that
Well,
thought probably hasn't even crossed their mind.
No.
yeah, especially the juniors, 'cause that's typically when you do like your APs.
Oh yeah.
That's your heavy year typically.
Oh yeah, that's the year you load up on stuff. You get that college resume ready, and
Yeah, that's the
now
big
they
year
don't
for
have that.
colleges too. This junior
Yep.
year.
Exactly.
And now AP courses are the test is, for my test at least, there's no multiple choice. It's too open ended. It's at home and it's open notes. Like it's not even an AP test at that
No,
point.
like if you don't get a 5, like you're dumb.
Like
Yeah.
I just don't even know how to like. It just doesn't make sense to.
It's almost just a waste of time, really.
Mm-hmm.
But they can't postpone it because then the kids will like lose the
Yeah.
content, and it's not fair for them. But it's not fair. It's just not fair for anyone. In the end.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, it's just the best they can right now.
Yeah,
I wonder
they're
how
doing what
colleges
they got to
are gonna
do.
do too.
What'd you say more?
I wonder how colleges are gonna have to be more lenient now with students coming
Oh,
out of this
yeah.
because obviously you're not gonna be able to perform to your maximum.
Yeah,
To a
but
degree, probably.
I bet there's more leniency, but I don't think it's like as nearly as much as
Probably
high
not as
school.
much.
No.
Because they're still paying for it. They're still
Oh yeah, like there's still due dates and stuff like that. Like they gotta adhere by that. Because I was
Mhm.
also talking to my cousin about that. He's like, they'll just give you the coursework for two some odd weeks, and then you just gotta turn it in on the due date, and you're good to go. Yeah, if
some.
it's not there by then yeah, you're getting bad grades.
And so with the Zoom thing going on, like all the online classes. So my school doesn't. I think they actually might, but I haven't done any of the things that my teacher has sent me because it's not
Yeah.
mandated. Like you don't have to. It's just
No.
like an optional if you want to learn more, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But some colleges are requiring it and they take attendance. So I think that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I would not be able to do that. My sleep schedule is so off right now.
yeah. If your sleep schedule's not messed up at this point, shout out to you.
Yeah, right.
That's just,
Tried to fix it a couple times, doesn't work.
yeah. I've tried to pull the all nighter and then not sleep till the next night. I've tried to take naps and no, it's always gonna be messed up now.
Somehow I
coronavirus
always stay up
schedule
till
is
3
whack.
or 6 a.m. Like
It doesn't matter how long you slept the night before or how long you slept into. You stay up.
no matter what time I wake up, it's so crazy. It's just not adding up here. Must be my natural sleep schedule or something. I don't know.
See, it's
Yeah,
even
it's your natural unnatural sleep schedule.
Yeah, I don't remember it being this bad during summer. I just feel like it's
No.
so bad
No,
right now.
yeah.
Mine was not like I'll fall asleep at 6 and wake up at 2-3 in the afternoon. Like
Yeah.
that is not okay.
no.
I mean, it's not like I have any obligations. Like I'm still getting everything done I need to get done, but it is just not.
Yeah, it's even weirder for you, Will, though, because like you're working everything, so you would think you would be tired, whereas Drew and I are just sitting at home, not really doing much.
Yeah.
So like
I don't
obviously
know.
we're not burning a lot of energy, but you should be, or at least more than us. So you'd think you'd be tired, but no, it just doesn't
It's
happen.
not. Today I thought I had work, so I woke up at like 9 a.m. and I went to bed at like 4 a.m. last night. I'm feeling great right now. No nap. I just don't feel tired. I don't know.
It didn't even have work today.
See, I don't even think it's about like tired necessarily, because I think even during like, because even on like Friday nights, for example, like I'll stay up till 2-3 a.m. and that's when I wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning, and you know what I mean, and go to bed at 11:30 the night before. It's just a matter of if I know I have to wake up the next morning, then I'm like, all right, I'll go to bed. But if not, it's an all-nighter, 100%.
Oh yeah.
It's just you just have to keep yourself busy. And right now, you guys are just bored. you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're tired, but if you're going out, like you're gonna wake up.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if I'm doing something, like playing a game or something, like I'll stay up. But like if I have nothing to do, usually that's when I do fall asleep sooner.
Yeah.
Get tired. So I just try to keep myself occupied with things to do, and so I credit that too.
Yeah, what are you guys doing right now while you're stuck at home or can't really go out and do anything?
Yeah, I know. I mean, right now the main thing I'm doing, I'm taking a couple online courses, sales courses, stuff I want to get into, after high school, obviously, since I'm a senior now. And then your typical video games, I'm exercising, stuff like that. I mean, it's just Netflix, obviously.
You got any good shows you're watching?
Right now I'm watching Ozark. I think I'm 6 episodes in. It's pretty good. I just finished a series called Money Heist.
You finished
Definitely
it?
Yes, I did finish it. I didn't take me long to finish that because I stayed up till 6 a.m. every night watching it. But but yeah, I definitely recommend that one to anybody. That was a very good series. Holy crap!
Has
I
anyone
wish.
watched Sherlock?
Like
Mm-mm.
the
The
like Sherlock
ads.
Holmes?
Like this, yeah.
Yeah, I've watched that. Those are
Like this
amazing.
season.
Yes.
I
I mean,
have not.
they're like an hour long, but there's like 3 of them, and there's like 3 seasons.
Yeah, they're amazing. I've watched them.
Really?
They're
I'm gonna
so
have to
good.
watch
If you
that.
haven't watched it, oh my god, it's so good. It has Benedict Cumberbatch as the main character.
Do you
Very
recommend
good,
a
very
Netflix
good show.
viewing party?
What'd you say?
You could do a Netflix viewing party.
I mean,
Dude, yeah.
I'm down. I'd watch
Honestly.
it again. They're so good.
Well, one friend from work keeps on recommending it, and it's so hard for me to get into a show. So
So
Yeah.
that's how I
get-
am. I'm very picky with what I watch.
I just,
Yeah, so am I. Like, I gotta be in the mood for that show, or I will watch 20 minutes of the first episode, end it, and just go to YouTube or something like that, and just
Yeah.
watch something beneficial, which isn't
There's-
a bad thing, I guess. But I just can't get into shows unless it's good.
Yeah, there's so many times where like I want to watch something, but like there's nothing new that like interests me, so I'll just rewatch something that I've seen before.
Yeah.
I rewatch so many things. That's
So do
true.
I.
Anything that has more than 5 seasons, I can't do. Like I watch like The Flash, but I feel like it just gets so boring. I feel it's just the
Wait,
same
you-
thing.
You guys rewatch TV shows?
Oh yeah.
Like South Park, I definitely.
Okay,
do.
I can rewatch
Those,
South Park
yeah.
and stuff, but I cannot rewatch TV shows.
It's
There's
only
some
thing,
I
I don't
can.
really watch TV shows. It's mainly in movies I'll rewatch.
Yeah, I'll do
Movies?
movies and stuff like that. but-
I am the opposite. I'll rewatch TV shows. Movies I can't because like for some reason I think of a movie I want to watch and then I can just see the whole movie go through my head and it's like, well, no, I don't want to watch it because I know what
Some
happens.
movies are so good. Like the other like 2 weeks ago, I rewatched like all the Marvel movies.
Those I could rewatch just because they're so good. But
They're just so good. You know?
mhm.
So
Yeah.
I had to rewatch them.
And I know, Will, it's easy for you because you're doing the family movie nights and stuff like that, which is ideal.
Yeah.
Well, I have a theater downstairs. I just never use it.
Which
That's-
boggles
that's
my mind.
crazy.
If I had a theater,
I
bro,
know,
like,
right? I'd be in
I-
there all the time.
I'd just
I
be
used
chilling,
to.
bro.
I used it when I was watching the Marvel ones. It was actually pretty nice. Like no,
Well, you got like surround sound, the projector, like
You're watching it on a big
Yeah,
screen. You're basically at the
real-
movies. Get a
Yeah,
popcorn machine and you're at the movies.
we have a we just got one.
All right,
No
you're at the
way.
movies.
Yeah.
all right, I'm coming down.
Yeah, but
I'm
other
gonna
than that,
quarantine. Might as well quarantine at a movie theater, I guess, right?
well, honestly, you're always welcome. You know?
Does that
Gotta
extend
think,
to
well,
now?
I'll probably have to hit 1 or 2 gas stations. Just be careful there, and I'll be fine.
Wear gloves using the pump and you're good.
Exactly.
Yeah. I've heard about Ozark. A lot of people are watching it. I just haven't started it yet.
I think it might be one of the trending ones on Netflix right now. I'm not sure
Mhm.
though. But yeah,
What
it's pretty good.
What is it like about? Like general gist of like.
So it's basically about so there's this business guy, right? He's a financial planner, whatever. So he helps people out, and basically his partner, who's in on the business with him, is dealing like cocaine and heroin and shit under like through the business, but like behind his back. And the cartel came and like killed off the partner, but allowed the guy to live that didn't know anything about it. So he had to take. So what they ended up having to do is they had to move to the Ozarks, which is like this big lake out in the middle of Missouri. So it's like small town. So you got these city people from Chicago. He takes his family, moves out into the middle of nowhere, Missouri, and they have to launder the money, which is basically like. So he had $8 million he had to launder. And what laundering is, as far as I believe anyway, and how I interpret it is, so they have $8 million, right? It's clean cash. So like the bills haven't been used. They have to like exchange it for money that's been like tampered with. You know what I mean? So like it looks like it's been used. It's got wear and tear on it. It's not just like clean money. You see what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
So that way it doesn't look so suspicious.
Yeah, that way, because yes, it doesn't look suspicious because they'll report it if you just like if you pay for something $1 million in like just perfect bills, you're gonna get reported to the FBI, believe it or not.
Yeah.
So the cartel sends him to this area to clean the money, or else he was gonna get killed. So the guy had to take him, his wife who was cheating on him, and he found out probably a week before. So he finds out his wife's cheating on him, has to take her and their 2 kids. So they move down there, and basically he invests in like strip clubs and restaurants, like stuff like that. He was gonna build a church, but then there's also another crack company down in the Ozarks, and they begin to compete a little bit, which ends up causing some problems. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. It's
It sounds good.
yeah, it's
Sounds
very interesting. I mean, it's a pretty well thought out TV series.
Mm-hmm.
I was scrolling through Netflix the other day, and I was like looking at the trending thing as you were talking about, like like have you seen that thing where it's like number one? They have like the top 10.
Yeah.
Well, I saw the one and it had like Post Malone in it, and I was like, I really want to watch it, but I don't want to.
Yeah. Have
I
you
don't
guys
like-
seen? Go ahead.
I don't like those kind of celebrities as actors. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
What was that one? Because I think I
There
saw
was
some
one I
Post
saw
Malone
about
in it too. Oh wait, that might have been Spencer's Confidential. Maybe.
I think that's what it is. I
'Cause
don't
in the
know.
That's
beginning,
supposed to
I
be
think
really funny, isn't it?
No, that's like an action movie, but there's some comedic relief.
Or it's supposed to be good, I should say. I heard
Yeah,
it was really good.
It was good. It was very good. Yeah,
I know
in
there's
the
this-
beginning, Post Malone is like a prisoner, and they get into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep. That's what it
And-
was. That is a very good movie. Watch that.
Watch it. I don't like seeing. Like, I only picture I can only picture him as
Yeah, as a rapper or whatever, a hip hop
an artist, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't sound like he was in it long, right?
No,
Probably
he was
just a
literally
special
just the
appearance.
first 5 minutes, and then he was gone.
And it's crazy because they make that the whole trailer.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, when it's Post
I
Malone.
know. Yeah.
Like, you gotta
exactly.
capitalize on what you got going, I guess. But
They must have paid him so much.
dude, I can't even imagine. It's crazy.
That guy is. Have you seen? Okay, so there's like this one YouTube series on. It's by GQ. It's called On the Rocks, where like rappers and artists show off their jewelry collection.
I haven't seen it.
Okay,
No, I
so
haven't
Post
seen it.
Malone did one back when he first started. It was like 2016, which is crazy to think about. Like,
Yeah.
It was not that long ago, but it was when he was like really small.
Yeah, so how far he's came from then to
Yeah.
now is just...
And so he had like one bust down watch and one like grill and like you know what I mean. And then
Jesus.
in this one, he was showing off $1 million watch, like 1 million on one watch.
That's
I
crazy.
could never
bro.
imagine spending that much on a watch, dude.
It was a cool watch, but I don't know if it's a 1 million.
Dude, but see, they're to the point where they probably don't invest in stuff like they should, but a lot of
I
those
think-
guys, they get to a point where they have so much money.
They don't know what to do
It's
with it.
it is truly burning a hole in their pocket because you can only invest in so much before you're just like, all right, this is fucking dumb. I'm still probably going to be rapping for at least 10 more years minimum. I mean, nowadays they die when they hit 21, but that's besides the point.
Rip
But
G
like,
Roll.
there's only so much you can do where they're just like, I don't need to invest more because this is way too much to begin with. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So they
Yeah.
buy that watch, they buy the Bugattis, but
I mean, technically, the watch is an investment piece.
Mhm.
Whatever.
in a way,
Yeah. Well,
I
it's
saw-
not the bust
ahead.
down ones aren't, but like the factory ones are
yeah.
investments. But they still like wear them. They put wear and tear in them, so I don't know if they're truly an investment.
Yeah.
But if you lock them up and they go
It's-
up, it's
It's
whatever.
probably one of those where like it'll depreciate immediately. Like I know Grant Cardone, he was talking about it in one of his videos that I was watching, how he's got it was like a $500,000 watch. He's like it's probably only worth $200,000 now, but I'm assuming probably like in 50 years when you got Grant Cardone's watch that he wore
Yeah.
back in the day when he was just a beast. I'm sure that's gonna add a lot of value to it in itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the value of the watch itself goes down, but the fact that it was with that person
The
makes
fact that it was
just
yeah,
go up.
I think allows it to hold its value.
hmm
Like if me or you had that money, not really known, you know what I mean? Like you buy that watch, it's just gonna depreciate. That's
Yeah,
just not good. But for somebody like that, it's like it was theirs. You know,
yeah.
so.
I saw Little Dicky has a new show on Hulu or something.
I
like
actually
that, too.
watched that.
Was
Like,
it good?
Believe it or not, I actually started. It's kind of cheesy, but it's good. I don't know. It's
I feel like from
kinda-
him it's gonna be cheesy.
It's just it has that little bit of cheese factor where it's like a little bit of cringe. It's like
Yeah.
I can
don't know
tell
that
you're
I'd be
not an
about that.
actor, but you're trying, like that sort of
You're
thing.
doing
I
this,
can
man.
tell you're not an actor, but you're trying. I mean,
It's pretty good given. It's kind of odd because it's like it's about him becoming a rapper, but it's not what actually happened. It's
That
just,
doesn't make much sense.
the
That's an
story of
interesting
how
plot
Lil
to
Dicky
follow.
did not become a rapper,
well,
but
the
did.
first episode is like he's in the studio and YG happens to be there, and like it's really weird because he's like a white kid and he's
Yeah.
not seen
He's
as
just out of
tough.
Yeah.
And then
Just out of his
YG's
element.
like gangster. And he's like, "Yo, you don't smoke. Yo, you're not like, that sort of thing."
Yeah.
It's just like okay,
Yeah,
okay.
because to be a good rapper, you gotta smoke, obviously.
Well, Lil Dicky
You
does,
do.
but
I mean, I'm just saying, Chance the Rapper definitely peaked when he was on acid. I'm still a Chance fan, but he peaked when he was on acid. We'll close that off on that.
yeah.
No debate needed.
No further comments.
End of conversation.
Yeah.
And so it was a little cheesy. I got like through 5 episodes. Like, in the 5th episode, I was like, It's produced by Kevin Hart. I guess
Oh, that's interesting.
that
That's
kind of helps
actually
because
cool.
Kevin Hart was promoting like crazy, and it's doing really well. It's like the best show for FX.
Hmm.
So numbers wise, it's doing really well. But I think it's just the faces. It has like cameos of other rappers, like Young Thug was in it, Gunna, like that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's awesome though.
I mean, it was all right.
Yeah.
I feel
But
like that kind of show is just one of those shows where like it's not supposed to be like spectacular content as far as like
It's like if you're
The
a
story
Dickie
thing?
fan or whatever, you watch it. You know
yeah,
what I
it's
mean?
just kind of like you get some popular people together, kind of amusing. Just kind of watch it, yeah.
That's probably not something I'd watch, but I watched that one on. There was the documentary-ish show on Travis Scott.
I
and-
actually watched that recently too.
Yeah,
Go
that
ahead.
was very good. I mean,
I
it was a
did not
while
see
ago,
that.
but it was basically just background in Astroworld, pretty much, and
I had
just
no
kind of his
idea
lifestyle.
that his
Crazy.
concerts were that crazy.
Dude, I know.
That
Like, they-
blew
like, there
my
was-
mind.
They literally were like crowd surfing people that were like injured to the back so they can get paramedic help. Like,
I
that's
know.
messed up, really. That is a mosh pit.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
is how you
but-
come together to help people.
But like, what I'm like, every time I watch something like that, I'm just like trying to count the heads. Like, oh my, this guy's getting
Dude,
$2
it's-
million. Like, I'm just
Well, and
like,
they
that's-
show the camera from like him walking out from backstage, just hyping everybody out. Like, that is just the coolest thing ever. Like,
It's really cool. But like, my mind went straight to, holy shit, this whole thing is sold out. This is one of the biggest
yeah.
arenas.
yeah,
Whole thing sold out. This guy's getting a fat check.
I know,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
It's
crazy.
It's just
crazy.
I can't even like this.
But
Like, it's
just imagine how hyped that is to go out there in front of that big of a crowd.
And they're all in the same energy. Like,
Yeah,
everyone.
like
Yeah.
everybody's hyped. Like
For you.
they're all
That's-
your fans. Like that kind of energy, bro. Like I feel like
That'd
you
be
wouldn't be able to
crazy.
beat that.
Besides like
Oh,
the
yeah.
security guards, they probably like, fuck this guy.
Yeah, because then he always calls him out. He's like, "Fuck the security guards and shit like
Yeah.
that." But it's like,
they're like, okay, buddy, you wouldn't be doing this without us.
yeah, okay, bud.
Yeah, that'd be crazy to walk out on a stage and just millions of people in front of you.
Not millions, but yeah.
Oh, okay, sorry, thousands of people.
Yeah, there was about 1.6 billion people.
Sorry.
If it was
A
millions, that dude
a
would
lot
get
of
a
people.
fat check.
Yeah, would dude. That
That shit would
million.
be-
You think a million people at $100 a ticket? $100 million
Honestly, though.
right there.
That shit would be crazy.
I mean, still though, that's a lot of people. You got the point.
Oh yeah, that's plenty of people. That's for sure.
Never
I
been
don't
to a
know.
concert,
Oh, Yeah, neither have I. I want to.
unless you count the Fortnite Marshmallow concert. I was at that.
What was that?
You don't remember that?
Was that an online thing?
Yeah, it was the in-game event.
I think I
Marshmallow did
missed
a
it.
live,
I don't even think I was
did
at
a live,
that concert.
did a live concert in game. That's when they were building it back in Pleasant Park.
What the fuck? Why
They
do I
built,
not
they
remember
built
this?
the stage and everything. That might have been when you stopped playing.
It might have been.
Yeah,
the
they
only-
did a live concert on
That's
Fortnite.
crazy.
It was weird.
No, the only concert I've been to is just small country concert. Not like super small, but like medium-sized concert. Like I think I went to a Toby Keith. All country music. I want to go to like a rap or hip hop though. That
I do
actually
wanna
be
go to
fun.
Such
one.
a different experience.
No, yeah, 100%. Because literally, those are just families getting together, listening to country
Going to listen to
music,
some music.
eating kettle corn, and drinking root beer. I want to go to like an actual concert.
They must be good because people film the entire fucking thing.
That is so annoying when people post that on their stories. It's the whole concert.
Yeah, and
It's like,
yeah,
if I wanted to see it, I would have went.
yeah. Thank you for bringing it to the comfort of my home, but never again, please. But
Yeah. That'd be something to go to. Do people like tailgate those beforehand?
oh, 100%.
That would be fun.
Yeah, 100%.
Imagine being able to drink too.
Yeah.
Rip.
All right, you guys ready to wrap it up then? I mean,
I think
we covered quite a bit of topics today.
Yeah, we talked about a lot. It was a good,
good
good
conversation.
chat there. Yeah.
Nice little 50-minute. Okay.
Not bad. Well, guys, I hope you liked the content. Maybe
Come
like
back
and
for round
subscribe.
2.
Yeah, come back for round 2 here soon.
Round two. Okay.
Hopefully, we'll be pushing out quite a bit of podcasts here, at least while we're in quarantine, because what better to do than sit down and chat. So
Subscribe, hit that bell, podcast every single day.
podcast every day.
Yeah. Any topics, just comment. Put them in the comments. Topics to talk about.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, follow us on Instagram at Gen Z Angle. Nice little plug, and YouTube.
Gen Z Angle, yep.
Gen Z Angle.
Yeah,
On all the socials.
All socials
All
at
socials,
Gen Z
yeah.
Angle.
I mean, it's only Instagram and YouTube, but all the
All of them. Facebook.
If you're on
LinkedIn.
a platform, search Gen Z Angle.
I was going to make a Facebook, but I hate Facebook so much that I did not want to make it.
Facebook is for old people.
It truly is.